Hi, welcome back to Mountain Gym Card Collectibles, and today is a big release date. You can go to the Topps site, and it's the first day that you can buy the pre-release orders for 2025, 2026 Topps Chrome basketball box sets. And I know there's been a lot of people who have been getting excited about this product because, Topps hasn't had any licensed basketball products since, I believe it was 2009. So people are going crazy. But I'm not going crazy. And the reason why is, I've been doing this for a while. Just this past winter, I was trying to sell a lot of my basketball cards on Whatnot and elsewhere. And I just don't know what it is about basketball cards, but people just don't really care for them. And I know that, since Topps has this licensed product and they've been hyping it up, there have been people going crazy, but I tend to believe everyone is getting scammed or schemed on an issue that nobody really cares about at the end of the day. And those are basketball cards. I can go to my LCS and talk to the owner. I've talked to him before about it, why he doesn't carry a lot of new basketball products, why he doesn't, carry a lot of used basketball card products. And it has to do with the fact that a lot of people just don't buy them. And I can't just say that's just locally where I live at here in Montana. I can say that's almost nationally to an extent. I have tried selling basketball cards, online for years and years. And they are always the worst seller if you can even get rid of them. And I have some awesome basketball cards with some awesome players, and they sit and collect dust. Nobody even cares about them. So I'm not buying into the hype, okay? So like it says here, the pre-order for 2025 to 2026 Topps Chrome Basketball began on November 19th, 2025, which is today. The release date is not officially stated, but pre-orders are available, and the official release is expected to follow soon. Okay? Like it says here, this is the first standalone, fully licensed Topps Chrome basketball product since the 2008-2009 season, featuring a 300-card base set. And I'm just going to go whoopee-doo. Who cares? If you care, maybe you're young and you don't understand that this really isn't a very big deal. And maybe that's why my channel doesn't explode like it should, is because, I'm trying to talk to young people, and young people, I guess, they have to experience it for themselves. I can say it a million times. Basketball cards will typically fail you if you're trying to flip them. If you're a big basketball card fan, you can just love them to no end. Why? Because a lot of people don't care about them. Anyway, so here I am at the Topps website. Like it says, available for pre-order on November 19th at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And that just started 8 minutes ago. Okay? So if you're interested, you can go here, you can download the checklist, you can get notified, do whatever you have to do. But I tend to think it's just overhyped. So now let's get into what people are saying online, because, this is just sitting today, so, there's some fresh posts rolling on out. So this just came out like a minute ago, so very recent. Like it says, Topps Chrome basketball pricing is out of control. Here you can look at this card here. $369.99 for your hobby box and $699.99 for the jumbo box, which is a lot of cash, especially for a product that a lot of people really do not want at the end of the day. And then we see, this one came from an hour ago, so a lot of people are reacting to this, because this stuff is just hitting the market, for the most part. You can now put in your pre-orders. Surely this is a mistake. Disgraceful pricing on Topps Chrome basketball? Guess I'll be giving it a miss at Topps at card purchaser. Well, let's see what people are saying about this, because right here, look closely. That's the British sterling pound, I like to call it. 330 British sterling pounds for the hobby box, 620 British sterling pounds for the hobby jumbo box. It's a lot of cash. All right. Like it says here, it's sold out. It has indeed craziness. Who is buying at them prices for chrome and one auto? That's just it. Is, back to me going on Whatnot, this past winter, and no one giving a damn about basketball cards. And you think they're going to care now that it's Topps? I mean, are people like getting Topps, tattooed on their arms? Is that what it is? I heart Topps, so people are just going crazy. I mean, give me a break. I heard they only gave shops one shipment at initial cost. Second round and past that they've been gouging the hell out of everyone, shops included. They're basically practicing Panini business practices now. Indeed, one per person, but when they release, they'll be up to 5 to 10 per person, yeah. WTF, one box? Yep, one box of chrome. Hobby is one auto and 330 pounds. Jumbo is 3 autos and 620 pounds. Yeah, you got to have a lot of cash to get into sports cards these days. And that's just it. Is what sort of autos are you gonna hit? There's so many players that come into the NBA league strong, and they bounce them back down to the NBA G League within a year. Johnny Davis comes to mind. I had his card a few years ago. He was the big hot rookie. Now he's in the G League. How accurate are overseas prices to American ones? So you're telling me a jumbo box of this is going to be over $800? All right. Usually around the same. So yeah, U.S. prices will also be a joke. Yeah, I mean, they really will be a joke. I mean, it's just insane for basketball cards, the prices that they're asking out of the gate, because, if you look at their prices, from last year for 2024, 2025, you can buy yourself these jumbo boxes for, what, $24 at David Adams? I'm serious. I mean, it is insane. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm shook. Insane prices. Them prices are disgusting. They will not drop other boxes. What are cheaper? Disgusting. What is this S? I won't say that. Okay. So a lot of people are not happy about this product. And, if you thought you were going to roll in and be a basketball card collector, well, you're probably going to be able to afford it more under the Panini banner, strangely enough. But then again, those Panini costs were just out of control too, which is why my LCS typically would not buy a lot of that product. And once again, they would just... And here we see some other people, that, pre-order now, 2025 Topps Chrome Basketball. Yeah, I mean, people are jumping on. So let's see what people are saying in this post. Damn, those are breaker prices. $50 for a blaster is nuts. They should have a warning label on these boxes saying there's a 90% chance you won't even get 10% of your money back. Yeah, I've been screaming that out like this entire episode, man. Do not buy into this gimmick. Stay away from this stuff. Hope Walmart and Target didn't get tons of stock, because these are going to collect dust on the shelf. $50 for a blaster. It is funny, Absolutely not. Line has to be drawn somewhere. Won't be joining in breaks either. They'll be dependent on moving these through their breakers. Yeah, I believe that's, the whole scheme here from Topps is just give it to the breakers. Yeah, because the breakers are, they'll try and shill it out and sell it for what it really isn't, which is a dud. Let's face it. This is going to be a big dud, and they're putting these big prices on it, What's the price going to be next year on this stuff? Even more? Laugh out loud. Topps done lost their mind with these prices. Yeah, it's hilarious. I think they're trying to make up for the loss from, all the Series 1, people that decide not to buy into that product either. No wonder that they didn't show their prices prior. Welp, the writing's on the wall. Expect to see $50 blasters next year on any Chrome product. Insane, yeah. And not just any Chrome product, but a total trash product. Basketball, I mean, let's just say, if I owned an LCS, I would be just like my LCS. I would have that at a minimal basis, you know. Why? Because they're basketball cards. Most basketball cards aren't worth a damn thing, you know. The one basketball card that my LCS always brings in are Jordan cards. Why? You can usually make a little bit of bank on Jordan cards, but not a lot, depending on which one they are, you know. Too rich for my blood. Fanatics ruined the hobby. Yes, they have. In fact, it doesn't even feel like a hobby anymore. You know, it just feels like another American, you know, thing that I could have a taste of that you just basically get broomed out of. But honestly, I'm not too sad about that. Why? Because they're basketball cards. Nobody really gives a damn about basketball cards at the end of the day. They think they are Prism, yeah. But honestly, I will likely prefer the Topps basketball cards over the generic looking Prism cards, you know, especially the base set Prism cards that just never change year in or year out. They just, you know, you can look at years past, you know, the most recent Prism, and they still look the same. To me, my favorite basketball cards came from Upper Deck. I just thought they did a great job, you know. But even then, you know, I'm burnt out on the Upper Deck basketball cards too. I'm putting that out there. Holy F, that's expensive. Big no. Crazy pricing. Way too overpriced at Topps. Effing crazy. What a effing joke. Killed the hobby. You know, just... I'm just laughing, yeah. But the big hobby heroes on YouTube won't tell you that. They'll just keep, you know, gaslighting you on this so you keep watching their show. The only way they stop raising prices is if people stop buying. Don't support this garbage. I agree. Don't buy it, you know. And that's the problem is too many people are buying it. A lot of it comes from the breaking companies are always buying this trash, you know. Someone logo man these? Yeah, I doubt it. So, yeah, just a lot of anger, resentment. You know, people don't understand why they have to get price gouged on this product, you know. The Topps strike out on this product already. That's just it, you know. Here's another person. Big drop today, 2025, 2026, Topps Chrome Basketball. Drops at noon Eastern Time. Whoop, whoop. I threw in the whoop whoop. Topps.com blocked me out of the blue. What the heck? Yeah, that's the problem with trying to buy stuff online. That's every time I've been trying to get anything online. It's such a joke. I have tried to, you know, get stuff from Pokemon Center. I have tried to get other stuff from Topps, you know, online. It never happens. And that's the problem with this product, you know. And so many of these card products is if you're one of these guys struggling to get a decent price online, you know, out of the gate, it just doesn't seem to ever happen, you know, because all the bots are taking it and, you know, all the breakers are rolling on in. And, you know, it's just, you know, now I guess they want to do Dutch auctions, you know, and I don't know. I see a lot of red flags in this industry. And to me, this product is another red flag. So here's a great question, you know, and this one came out 22 hours ago. What are you chasing in 2025, 2026 Topps Chrome Basketball? And honestly, I'm not chasing anybody. Cooper Flag, I'm just not as impressed as other people are. He's the big chase, you know. That's why I don't understand why they're putting such a big price on it. Is when you look at the rookie class here, they're not very good. So, you know, we see, you know, some of these things that they've highlighted. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Stephen Castle, Evan Mobley. I just don't even know, you know. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, you know, but if you're going to chase him, you always want to chase this rookie auto. Why are those the only three guys in the Logo Man set? Yeah, I mean, apparently that is the Logo Man set there, you know. Not much. Just not much there. And they're trying to hype it up like, ooh, it's such a big thing. Give me a break. It says here, because they won awards and wore gold logo man on jerseys. Well, you don't have to really, I mean, we know that. I am chasing Panini getting the license again because Top sucks, yeah. Which honestly, Panini sucks too. I just think the NBA license should go to some other company, you know, Upper Deck or something. Maybe they can put some magic into it again. Stephen Castle, gold logo man. Yes, there's some people, you know, kind of excited. Damn, they got shy to sign for Topps and their Panini exclusive gone. Yeah, well, it is what it is. I'm chasing the pricing for the boxes. Yeah. That seems to be what everyone's doing. Kind of sad Mobley had gold logo mans because it's going to make the Cavs out of my price range for PC case breaks. Okay, whatever. So, you know, some people are kind of digging into, you know, some of these better cards for the set, which, you know, honestly, these are the better cards. You know, your Topps Chrome Gold Logo Man, your Topps Chrome Gold Logo Man Relics Redemption card, you know, the Autograph Relic, Topps Chrome Gold Logo Man 2, and the Redemption card Relics. So you know, there's a lot of, you know, action going on this. Let's see what thing here. So the post goes, you know, 2025, 2026 Topps Chrome Basketball Hobby Jumbo Box, $699.99 pre-order, limit 1. 3 autographs per box, yeah. Want one, which, you know, for that much cash, I just chase autos on my own. You're telling me hobby shops are going to sell one box for $849.99? How does a normal person even have a chance to buy anything? Yeah, that's just it. What is about normal people in this hobby? You know, I mean, we're like endangered species, you know. It's just like all the wealthy acolytes will just tell us, get out, stick with your budget, you know, all this and that. And you start to realize, you know, you just don't really have a place in this hobby, you know. And so many people are realizing it, you know, that none of this stuff is meant for them. Here's a great post. Warning, warning, warning. Content inside box will disappoint. Yeah. It will, you know, I mean, that's just it. The prices should be like $100, you know, it's such a joke. $100, maybe $200. Hangers better be bangers because these prices are insane. $85 for a Mega and $44 for a Blaster. Is this an effing joke? WTF, they're tripping. We bought too many Series 1, so they raised prices. Which, I don't know why anyone's even buying Series 1. I have not bought it. I still think of Panini having the license. It's the same old garbage. It's just low-end Chronicles, you know. And Chronicles, I think they're giving you a little bit more, you know, than Series 1. What's the opposite of harding a post? These prices are egregious and disgusting. Yes. Yes, they are. Pass. Price gouging at its finest. Based on principle, I cannot partake in this robbery. Yes, that's the gentlemanly thing to say. $50 for a blaster box. WTFH. LMAO, these prices are a joke. I'll pass, yeah. And many of us are passing, you know, me included. I just think that this whole rollout's just been such a joke from Topps, you know, and Michael Rubin, you know. It's like, guys, you guys have to keep, you know, pushing harder and harder here. You know, why? For Michael Rubin. So all in all, I mean, how are you feeling about this? Are you going to jump on and try and pre-order? It sounds like it's all sold out anyway, you know. That's the problem with the way that Topps likes to show out a lot of these products. So there is obviously some price gouging involved on this product. Do you believe that it's been overhyped at the end of the day? I believe it has because, like I said earlier, I've tried selling, you know, so many basketball cards, you know, whether it's eBay, Mercari, whatnot. The stuff just doesn't sell. And so maybe if you're a true collector and maybe they'll bury the stuff with you when you pass away, hey, stock up on this product. Because let's face it, it's just going to sit and collect dust like my basketball cards. And I have so many basketball cards that I've bought through the years, you know, from the 80s, 90s, whatever. And they have big names on them. Big, big names. Nobody gives a damn, you know. So, how do you feel about this rollout? Are you going to pre-order? You know my feeling on it. You're not going to catch me pre-ordering this product. I mean, I think it's just hot garbage myself. So anyway, I'd like to thank my subscribers. You're the reason I keep doing these episodes. I'd like to thank my viewers. If you're a new subscriber and you're a viewer of my YouTube shorts, thank you for joining up. And I'll keep putting out those shorts. I get a lot of views on them. I don't have to do a lot of work. They're fun to do. I have to put a lot more work into the card show, unfortunately. And I don't get near the amount of views. But hey, that's the sports card realm for you, you know. It is what it is. So anyway, thanks for joining. And I hope you have a great day. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Bye.